from the usual greetings, I want to salute Nigerians for their resilience and their fortitude and also the hope in our great country. Listening to the works of Mike Ezekome overnight, I realized Nigeria is on the verge of implosion and also, should I call it self-destruction? However, Nigerians are still forging ahead amidst difficult challenges and hoping for a better future or perhaps a better next 24 hours. With that, I say well done to Nigerians and welcome to your show, Real Talk with Kike. Of course, I have my beautiful, exciting co-host. Oh God, guys, I missed you all. I missed you. And therefore, let me start with you. How you doing?
Are you mesmerized by the
heart? What's been happening to you? I'm sorry about the loss of your friend.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kike. It's been a very, very trying, maybe 2 weeks for us because I've lost two amazing friends who double as my sisters too. And it's so sad that Busola passed on. Today is actually her service of songs, you know, and her father passed on Sunday.
Wow.
You know, and only about 4 days ago, another friend of mine, the owner of Venivici Spa in Victoria Island, Ariola Adini, passed on. You know, it's, I don't know, like I said, my tribute, I said, I don't have the words because I'm asking questions that there are no answers to.
Obviously.
You know, and I'm like, Lord, just have mercy, Lord, because there's one death too many. We just thank God for life.
Well, anyway, we can only pray that the family have the fortitude to bear the irreplaceable loss.
Yes.
God will grant everybody peace. The people that have not lost anybody go are losing something by the day. Sometimes I feel that maybe it's even better when you go home and you go to rest. Nigeria is not so peaceful. It's like I've lived the hell already.
No, Damilola, you can't live when you are young, when you have worked for your children, and they're still young.
But because it's not guaranteed.
You know, nothing is
Nobody
guaranteed
has even
life.
Promised us tomorrow. Like she said, we're just hoping for the next 24 hours. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We just pray that whatever we do should be acceptable in the sight of God. So I will say good afternoon to everybody watching us today. I hope it's a bright new day with you too. And we're here, still spreading the gospel, still keeping it real.
So Kike,
back to you.
Tell us. What about you? How's it been for you since the last time we met?
I'm good.
Are you really good?
before we join our viewers with our pleasantries, and all the both of you have shared, let's know what's happening on this day in history. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
On this day in history, exactly 7 years ago, June 10, 2014, suspected Boko Haram set members invaded 2 villages in Borno, killing at least 5 people and cutting away food items and livestock. Residents said some armed men believed to be Boko Haram members stormed Toya and Wurojeni villages, which are about 14 kilometers away from Chibok, where over 200 schoolgirls were abducted almost 2 months ago. The attackers reportedly opened fire on the villagers at about 7 p.m. on that fateful day, killing at least 5 people, revealed a resident of Chibok who spoke to Vanguard newspaper.
All right, on this day in history, let me start with you, Damilola. What do you have to say?
I think I like to sing this popular song that always comes to my mind. This country now, wow, yeah, le, because the things that happened 7 years ago, 10 years ago, 14 years ago, as far as we can remember in history, they are still repeating itself. And now it's even worse. It's worse that we are trying to pull away from some bad memories. But some worst memories are swimming in. As we are speaking now, somewhere in this country, they are kidnapping somebody lower as we speak. That's how terrible it is. So if we remember the Chibok girls, if we remember the villages that they captured, the Nigerian Army, the Navy, and our armed forces, they are doing their best. I know that they are not trying, but we can engineer it and do better. It's not this kind of thing we should be remembering in the past, and we should still be having the same issue in the present. How will the future change?
Kike, what's your take on it?
Kike, what can we say? All those people who do all those killings, all those kidnappings, They're not ghosts now. They're human beings. They're human beings. So we keep, I mean, what stories are we going to tell our children? What are we going to tell them? You wake up every day to one sordid story or the other, you know? In the Nigeria of my dreams. Kike.
All right, I think I might have to pass on this because I don't think there's anything positive to add to the message.
Absolutely not.
And that shows that in the last, you know, like I said on Tuesday, we are not so lucky when it comes to good governance in Nigeria. And when it also comes to the citizen asking for accountability from any administration that might be leading at the time, it seems that we have this mentality of, you know, dictatorship. So what's the need to say anything again? I'm just praying that our children will not be in this position in 10 years or 20 years time, still lamenting on the same issue, still talking about last year or 10 years after the administration shut down Twitter, the administration, you know, it's on this day in history, exactly.
Other nations are moving forward.
History. So you ask yourself, what's the hope, you know?
Other nations of the world are moving
looking
forward.
At answers that you mentioned, there's another premonition, and they've been gathering some ruckus and saying that June 12th,
yeah.
I don't know how it's going to look like. I'm scared, like I'm stiff in my heart, but I don't know what to expect. But I only hope that they will treat peaceful protesters as peaceful protesters this time.
All right.
Let's not go back to October 20th.
All right, on that note, I think it's time for us to get a quick message from our sponsors. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Today, we are focusing on major headlines in the areas of security, but it's important for me to quickly let our listeners, our viewers know that today is an open mic day, and it's important for us to get feedback from quite a number of listeners because of the heavy traffic that we have when it comes to guests that comes on the show. But first thing first, the House of Senate will bitterly on insecurity, and chairman of the Forum of Northern Senators, that is Aliyu Wamako, you know, said that they were deeply concerned and determined to find solution to the problem. He said, we met as Northern Senators to show our deepest concern over the rising security challenges in this part and the entire country. And what needs to be done is what should be the focus. So my question now to Efo, let me start with you. What do you think needs to be done? What are the things that we've been doing that we are not doing at the moment that you think that needs to change? What's your take on it? I'm sure you saw the video.
Kike, I won't say I exactly saw that video, but what should we be doing at this time? I think we should get to the table and speak to each other. Let's talk to ourselves. You know, we have done enough talking. Now let's walk the talk. Okay? Let us find out who these troublemakers are. Who are their sponsors? Because when you're talking about bandits, you're talking about unknown gunmen.
Unknown men.
Okay.
We have changed this language.
No,
unknown
okay,
men
fine.
now.
For the sake of our viewers.
Unknown gunmen.
Unknown gunmen. Do you understand? These people have probably in their lifetime have not seen maybe up to 1 million. So what are they doing with millions and millions of Naira? Where is the money? Where are these monies going to? So they must have some people backing them. So why don't we talk to ourselves and tell ourselves the truth? Let's fish out amongst the 120 million we're supposed to be in the country. Let's fish out who those few elements are so that we can move our nation forward. Let's begin to think about our children. A good number of them are on their way out already. We're talking about the leaders that we have. You know, Nigerians are disillusioned. So let's talk one-on-one and let's tell ourselves the truth and begin from the foundation. Damilola.
This your let's go fishing is very, I like the submission, but that submission is like you're buttressing or you're buttering, you're putting butter on the icing. Because these people know themselves. Let us call a spade and not a garden fork. Now, in the north, they are the richest by reports. In the north, they are the poorest.
Yeah.
Now, how will such chaotic things happen in that same north? Please, how many are they? that they don't know themselves. And I'm sorry to say, by virtue of experience and 1 or 2 hearings, I know that the people governing this entire country, all of us that we are speaking like this, they are not more than 50. They know themselves. They know the cabal. I think it is a perpetrated act. It is an act that is deliberately done to inflict oppression. If that doesn't happen, they won't take from the person that does not have to feed the person that has.
It's obvious there's an agenda.
So there is an agenda.
There's
That's
an
why
agenda.
So if you're saying that we should tell each other the truth,
yes,
they know the truth. They've been hearing the truth, but they will not act on the truth because of this agenda. Now the agenda is what we do not know yet. Because day in, day out, when you get to the hospitals, children are being born. What are these children going to grow up to? I was born some many years back. And of course, maybe my parents had thought that, oh, things would have been better. I'm in my 30s. Is it better now? And I'm having kids already. Will it be better when there are some people in one corner that are having an agenda and Nigeria is like a company to them? That's why they are cashing out. Because like you said, the person who lives in the bush, how does he have an access to #1,000,000 Naira?
I don't know.
A friend of mine had an issue with the Nigerian police, yes. And the police officers wanted to extort him. And he went to, I think, escort in Alagbo. And they actually gave him some marked money to give these officers. And that was how they were able to apprehend them.
Yes.
So now that they can do that, and you can say bandits are getting away, in a country where tracking your device is not more than 25,000 or 30,000, and they have access to internet, they can make calls. Who are they calling? Who is negotiating with them? Who is speaking with them that is not telling us the truth?
That's it.
All right, many thanks for that submission, Damilola. You know, I was so happy that you're going to be on the platform today. You know, I think what I just want to add today with what you've shared is that this country needs to be as secured as possible for every Nigerian to be where he wants to be able to run their businesses without fear, to be able to sleep peacefully at night, to be able to send their children to school without fear. You know, it's unfortunate that even on the island, you know, we've been facing a lot of challenges of, you know, kidnapping and all of that, and it's so silent. And, you know, I must give thumbs up to the team at Arise News this morning, where they granted an interview with our President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday. That's Dr. Abati and his team. You know, I really don't know what to take out from the interview. But, you know, one thing that I think, one of the questions that, I don't know if it was Tudun Abiola, that's one of MK Abiola's daughters, who asked that, what do you want your legacy to be? And President Buhari said that we want Nigerians to be the one to come up with that submission of what his legacy was. Do you understand? And I'm actually waiting for Nigerians after the remaining 2 years that they have to spend here. I think on that note, let me quickly use this opportunity to say that you guys can be part of this conversation by calling the studio number 080-988-77400, and it's showing on your screen right now. And also make comments on all our social media platforms. We'll definitely air them here. Again, remember that we're streaming live on Facebook and of course on YouTube. RealTalkWithKikeTV, and of course we are streaming live on Silverbird platforms as well. You can be part of this conversation. You guys are the reason why we are having an open mics day. We are the reason why we are here to debate on all the challenges we are facing. So moving on, the second story that also caught our attention is that of the reps who want CBN on the Naira devaluation. And the House of Representatives have asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to urgently put in place a policy to check further devaluation of the Naira to the United States dollar and other international gold tenders. So the House decried that while the Nigerian currency is losing value, others in other African countries are gaining. So, you know, I must ask you guys, what's your take on that? Dami, let me start with you.
We are not producing anything locally. So all our monies will go abroad.
Where are the factories?
One senator said like 3 years ago that in 2021 we'll start producing pencil. It's such a shame.
Big shame.
It's such a colossal shame. We don't even produce toothpick. We don't produce Savia paper. We don't produce nothing.
No, we produce things, Dami.
We produce.
Okay,
what is the percentage?
I saw a young man who went to present a cell phone to our president.
Yes. From the trade. Do you think that Nigerians?
Something, guys.
Let me ask. Kike, will you buy that phone?
Yes, I will.
Yes, you will. Will you use it?
Yes, it will.
That yes was not straight.
In the face of the camera.
Will you use it? Because now there are a lot of young innovators. I was seeing a 14-year-old boy, I think in Kaduna or in Nasarawa, who invented an inverter using batteries and some local things. We do not look inward. We don't invest in ourselves. Everybody is quick to carry money abroad. Everybody is quick to go and buy houses in Europe, in America, in Asia, and all the countries. But we don't even develop our local market. It starts from buy local, wear local. I'm an advocate of 80% of my wardrobe is from tailor-made.
So when you are talking about that, look at Twitter, for example, how it has been banned, and you guys do not know the implication of that when it comes to investors coming into Nigeria.
Of course we do.
As at today, a pound in black market is hovering around, I think, 705. 705.
No, it's gone beyond 705.
$1 is going for 500 naira, and euro is also going for 603. You know, what does it mean for us, Dami? You remember, with all you're saying,
you remember I sent you a video.
Expect an investor to come into our country? How do you expect other people to grow their businesses when dollar is not favorable to us?
Because when dollar is not favorable to us, are we spending dollar here? We are spending naira. What I'm saying is that if the naira keeps going around, I sent you a video of some stacks of cash that actually went bad, that went spoiled.
That's a long time.
If we can have such, there are 1,000 nairas in that currency.
Of course.
If we can have such barbaric acts, then you want to, how do you invest?
Well,
that money was used to make maybe even a uniform factory or a clothing factory or something that can give back. It starts from us even loving to buy Gucci and loving to buy, what is it called?
Let me add to that, because when I asked the question I asked earlier, I want you to understand that our currency is getting worse and there is no sustainable policies that is trying to hold back the value of our currency. Hence the reason why you've seen all the what's it called now?
Oscillation up and down.
So you know, it's a challenge when you see all of this happening and how it's been affected in businesses, how even this is affecting the inflation of school fees. You know, and a whole lot of things. In fact, onions is very expensive now. I saw that.
Because did you hear the association saying that they're going on strike from today?
Tomatoes.
And there was a
and at the end of the day, it's intertwined with the insecurities that we are facing. However, you look at it
now. I saw a video
majorly part of it seasonal. They're also seasonal foods also.
I saw a video of a truckload of onions being diverted in Imo State. Why would you have to do that?
All right, apologies, I might have to interrupt your talk. On this note, we'll go on a quick break and return after a word from our sponsors. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad to know you're still with us. In case you're just joining us, today's conversation is an open mic day, and we've been talking about the presidential response to the crisis in the nation and, of course, what has been happening around us. Don't forget that you can be part of this conversation by calling the studio number 080-988-77-400. It's on your screen right now. And also make comments on our social media platform. We are also streaming on all our channels and, of course, on Silverbird. So, Dami, earlier you were trying to drive your points. Please, can you go ahead?
I was saying that basically devaluation will happen because we don't put back the money here. It starts from the minutest things. Maybe, let's say, kind of underwears. Some of us prefer to wear designers. If these local stores or these local entrepreneurs can provide such, I've seen Ankara bikini before now that was made here. It's not until when you wear some, yes, preference of class. Then how did we even get to buy one underwear for maybe 150,000 naira? How? Because you have so much money and you need to just shock in it, like my language, shock the money somewhere. You need to put the money somewhere. You need to spend it somehow. If not, we wouldn't have this barbaric attitude of keeping monies in septic tanks, of burying monies at the expense of some other hungry Nigerians. It is totally unfair. We know what we are doing. It starts with greed. It starts with the fact that you want to amass wealth for your unborn generation. I'm sorry to say, who even says that people will outlive you? We have had the weakest policies ever. And we were speaking to a senator here, which the other day, and he said they did empire, they did trader money. Everybody has been talking about trader money. How many traders have gotten the money nationwide? They pump money to some certain regions. During the, during the coronavirus last year, the major beneficiaries was even the North. So how will we not have this crisis? Then it's now that Senate wants to start crying. Who are the factors of our problems? Who are the orchestrators of our problems? When you were supposed to make policies that would drive us further, Most of you get into Senate offices, your first allowance, your first allocation as a senator to take back to your constituency is used in buy bulletproof cars. Who wants to kill you? Where are you running to? Which die will you not die at the end of the day? If you like use bulletproof, if you like be carrying a more tank up and down, you will still die now. It's not this hard. It shouldn't be this difficult. The youth don't even have anything to fall back on. True. They don't have any voice. October 10, we saw what happened. Then anybody will just feel like, just kick or touch at the television me. Let me just sell everything I have and travel. Then you still want to put a travel ban. You still want to put a sanction on us when you have not put anything in place. We are even scared of sleeping. Now people will say, will you, because you want to die, you will not sleep again. We will all sleep. And someday the die will be cast. And we will all go. Either you do it well or you don't do it well. But remember, you will be remembered for something. So now that we are crying foul, all this crying, Allah is crying foul because we know where to nip it in the bud.
All right, many thanks for that. We have Jonathan calling from Owerri. Jonathan, speak to us. What's your contribution on the topic at hand?
I hope it's Silverbird, eh?
Yes, it's Silverbird.
Silverbird, yeah?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You see, I want to comment what happened in Akabo.
Okay.
Akabo in Ikeju local government.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jonathan, please stop listening to your TV set. Is it possible for you to reduce the volume of your TV set, please?
No. Okay, let me talk to you. My sister.
Thank you.
You see, what they are doing to Akabo, you can see the banditry, Boko Haram, all of them are there in the north, killing our people, collecting ransom from the government, buying them machine bikes. Now in Akabo, they went to my village and attack every person. One has the innocent soul.
All right, many thanks, Jonathan, for your contribution on the topic at hand. And moving on to the other topic, because of time, you know, there was another story that caught our attention, which is that of the Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, that's Paulina Tallen, has accused all Nigerian entertainers of promoting the abuse of women's body. She further emphasized that they frustrate the government's efforts at the curbing of the violation of women by promoting vulgar lyrics and using female dancers in most disdainful manner. You know, what's your submission on this?
On what the Minister Pauline Tallen said, and she said all. I think that's a bit vague. You can't say all Nigerian entertainers. No, I beg to disagree, ma'am. You know, it cannot be all of them. Yes, bringing down the woman, debasing the Nigerian woman. We see it in our videos for those of us who watch. You know, it is actually really debasing. I can't take that away from the Nigerian videos. The question is, who are these ones putting up themselves to be used? Because if you watch some of those videos, it can be very offensive. The men are full clothes, and the women are the ones who are, you know, either naked or half naked, throwing their butts everywhere. What do you need to do that for? For 2,000 or 5,000 naira that you're going to be paid, and your face is out there? It goes back to the foundation. What families are they from? They didn't drop from the skies. They're from homes. All of us are mothers here. We're not going to raise our children properly, and we have our children doing stuff like that on TV. It's not possible. It won't happen. So let's take it back to our homes, the foundation, where even the politicians who are doing all of these are from homes, and they have parents. They have parents. So what are we talking about?
All right.
Raise your children properly, and they will not be enticed by kobo along the way.
All right, many thanks for that. May you live long. You know, this is this is my take on the topic at hand. Media is so powerful. I want the world to understand that, especially us living in a digital world today. Today, we don't have values in our music anymore. There are no more evergreen songs anymore in music that are being produced today. The NBC can't do this alone. I'm sorry to come and they support the NBC for the first time in a long time. They need collaboration from all the agencies and all institutions. I'm glad that you went to the Foundation of the Children. Yes. I'm a radio host, and I know how NBC banned some music from airing on radio. Sure. I also understand that also on movies. So the media, the movies, and the music shape the thought and the practice of the society. Yes. I keep telling people that I'm one of those who shape the thoughts of the society. And the reason why, before I come here today, I do a little bit of research because I'm trying to pass in a positive message to someone listening to me. True. I don't know how they arrive at using women as an object in videos or using drugs or nakedness or to promote their musical videos. I want to believe that it is a part of, you know, us copying the Western culture without filters. You know, this is violence against women, and it must stop, and it must stop quickly. Another funny aspect of this is that only a few women decry this nonsense. Sorry, I'm using the word nonsense. Most of the youth today are long gone. They even crave and aspire to be sex objects in the names of this video vixen. A terrible society that we are in right now is the fact that, you know, most times you realize that the future of our children are long gone, because the children that are being brought up today, their mentality, their thinking is different from you who wants to be a doctor, you who wants to be a lawyer, who wants to be, you know, a journalist. Most of them today want to be a video vixen. I'm told that we have a call on the line. Apologies for holding you. Prince, many thanks for calling. What's your contribution at the topic at hand? Please make your contribution.
Yeah, all right. What I have to say here is, it is actually, yeah, I can hear you. I'm with you.
Please go ahead, Prince.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, it's quite, funny enough, I must congratulate, or rather thank you guys for this very show. And I must say this is the very first time I'm actually seeing watching this show,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then I'm very, very glad about that. So my contribution actually regarding that issue of like what's going on in the country today is what exactly is actually the problem of Nigeria is what we should talk about. Sometimes when I see our leaders using after crowd or things that are not necessary, the major contribution I have here is regarding the issue of Twitter. We are living in a digital generation. If I tell you how much Nigeria is losing on a daily basis because of this ban, Twitter ban or whatever, the question I'm asking is this Twitter issue the major issue in Nigeria today? A lot of people are dying. Yeah. I was at Imo State last week, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, and I was asked to come down from my car, raise up my hand and check mine. This, we don't really deserve this thing. Insecurity in the country, these days now, it was actually targeted at the rich people. These days now, you don't even need to be a millionaire because you'll be kidnapped. Even driving through the road, you have to hang your hat off because you don't know what you might encounter. Even within the state. These are the problems we talk about and leave Twitter alone. Where in the whole world, even I can read on your screen, people on the television, asking radio and media houses to ban their Twitter. What the fuck? I'm around.
Apologies, please be mindful of your word. Please, yeah, be mindful
just
of
help
your
us
words,
curtail the words.
Now, asking Twitter to ban, I think if it's a personal growth, I think it's as growth. Because the federal government actually know that Twitter is one of the fastest way of actually exposing their bad deeds doing in the country. And that is why they just want, and the next after Twitter, they will take another one now. So I think this is not the major issue now Nigeria to be focused about. Look at a lot of companies that have relocated to Ghana. Nigeria keeps losing money on daily basis. So the Twitter this time around, I don't say their excuse they are giving now is that Twitter was actually funding the end house.
All right. Many thanks, Prince, for your submission. Damilola, what's your take on this quickly?
On what Prince said, I think that, yes, on the previous topic.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, on video victims, I beg to differ that I have quite a different orientation about that. Okay. You took it back to the family, agreed. Yes. And Kike also mentioned some things that, yes, you went back to the family, one or two. But after the family, who is next? After God is the government. I believe in engaging children. True. Not giving them even the chance. Like Kike said, now girls want to be video victims as a profession. I will share an experience with you. I like to, at my spare time, I like to see things and know things. I've been to a strip club before. And I had to engage a couple of strippers. And I was asking, why are you doing this? Do you think it's dignifying? Do you think it's okay for you? And she said, oh, I'm a caterer. In my mind, I knew she was lying. You can't be a caterer after Friday job, or you get jobs like 2-3 times in a week and you still come to pole dance. It's not possible. Body go tell you now. Do you understand? So it takes me back to the fact that, yes, if the family has failed, now there's no government support. Now the government is not doing anything. As we strike for how many number of years, these children needs to feed. We know a lot of women that because maybe their men are not in the family together with them and they are striving hard. I met somebody in Ikorodu like 2 days back, and she does different menial jobs, and she brought her daughter to me. And I just found out that unconsciously I was admonishing the young girl that, you know what, just make your mother proud. Do you understand? So it goes back to the fact that even what has the government done for us to occupy these children? Now let's go back to MBC. All of this music pass a table. Yes, you ban some, and you on friendly note let some slide. How would they objectify women? It's not today that in the days of maybe Collington, King Sunny Ade, women dance in their videos, but fully clothed. How did Buba start turning to singlets? Singlets start turning to bra. We needed to look into it. Now the decadence has eaten too deep for us to nip it in the bud. For us to handcuff it. The exigencies has gone wild. Now we are crying. Crying at who? Crying at what? Because the advent of cable TV can tell you that, oh, I can decide not to even show my music videos on your terrestrial channel, and I can go to cable. So who is there to how would I put it? Who is there to make sure that there's sanity? Who is there to sanction? Who is there to appropriately deal with them? So if you say all entertainers, I'm sorry that was too generalized. Yeah. Let's pick a few of them. If I will pick on Naira Marley's kind of songs, he sings for adults. Why are we exposing it to children? So something needs to be done. Then what are we doing?
All right. So another story that caught our attention is that of the French president, Emmanuel Macron, who was slapped in the face on Tuesday by a man in a crowd of onlookers while on a walkabout in southern France. Macron's security entourage quickly intervened to pull the man to the ground and move Macron away from him. You know, I have a lot to say to you. But let me start. What's your analysis when you saw this video? What came to mind?
When I first saw the video, I said to me, it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I said, these people are wacko. They are. It could never have happened in Nigeria. Trust me, one uniformed man would have just gunned that guy down, and many others. Do you understand? You know, the fact that they have liberty doesn't mean someone will go to the point of, if you watch the video properly, he pulled his hand first and slapped him with the other. Do you understand? But now I'm happy to announce to you that the man is a free man. He's a free man because the lawyer says that the president did not adhere to the 1 meter distancing from a barrier. These are nations that have structures, you know, for his own safety too. That was why this was said. He's a free man. You know, but trust me, not in my country, Nigeria.
That mean?
It can't even happen in our country because
you can't even reach them.
The wall of China that will be built around the politician will be as high as like 100 feet high. How would you even do that? Yes, it's not like a lot of our politicians don't need factory resets. Factory resets, the Koto Shele. And don't forget that the man might have had a bias for the president. Another thing is that, you know, we met out, how would I say it? There's this word now, it has eluded me. But we met out, maybe he has been thinking about that in my lifetime. Will I be able to slap a president?
You just wanted to make news, right?
Yes, now, people have barbaric thinking, you know. Like, if somebody in his lifetime is willing that, let me just shake Buhari.
Just so that he'll make news, right?
Even not even to make news, just so that he will satisfy his cravings, his pleasure. Like, oh, let me just see Buhari. We have different cravings. We are mentally disturbed differently. Oh. Esma, did they go and evaluate the guy? Well, no, we're mentally disturbed differently.
No, we didn't hear about his evaluation.
All right. Do you get? Look at the video. Like you said, he pulled his hand.
He pulled his hand first.
It was a deliberate thing. He planned it that he was after that slap. If they did guide him quickly, maybe head boot would have followed. But in our country, it can't be like you said. So, they would have gunned him down.
And many others.
Taking fundamental.
Because it was in a crowd now.
Yes, the ordinary vendor that wanted to near Bajabi Amila, we knew what happened to the guy. The woman is a widow now.
So Kike, you have so many things to say. Number one.
All right. For me, it was a disgusting reaction, whether you like the president or not. Yes. I wish that the president had slapped the guy back as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. No, when you guys were saying your own, I didn't say it. Okay. Allow me give my submission.
Okay, shoot.
Those words were even attacked to me. So for me, I wish the president had slapped the guy back rather than the people gathering and saying, oh, blah, 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 and
trying to manage
the greetings with everyone, and ask that they should leave the guy after when he has been subdued. So my talking points are that, one, evaluation of leadership is relatively subjective, if you ask me, and that is because the man who slapped Macron perhaps has his grudges against the French president, which also indicates that as a leader, no matter how good you are, you can never be loved or be good enough for everyone. Absolutely. You can't satisfy all your citizens. Secondly, is the fact that it is absolutely a slap not on Macron alone, but the entire French people and France as a country. Such a person should be dealt with severely on a public scale, not just as a private thing, so as it can serve as a deterrent to others willing to punch him in the face tomorrow, or even want to murder him perhaps. You know, you never know. You can hear Damilola submission on, you know, on things like this. Leadership does not mean that you should be rubbished in public with a slap. I do not agree with it. The third thing for me is the fact that I would like to, you know, juxtapose this, that can such an action actually take place in Nigeria? Where's the access? You can't even reach that. You can't reach that.
You are going for what C counselor, what W counselor. You cannot do it. How would you do? How? My people say, how you see the face of a tiger? You can't do it.
How do we call them? Bouncers, bodyguards, all around them. But you won't reach them.
You can't reach them. You can't. You.
But you see what liberty can also cause.
That's it. Yes, I agree that it was a bad attitude. It was. If he had a personal anger with the president, you could have kept it. Or probably I would have loved him to even scribble a note. You can insult him all when you want to a note and put it in his hand. When he reads that note, his countenance will change. Only him knows what he read. There are better ways to deal with our psychophancy sometimes. But putting out that
Kike
it cannot happen in our country.
Was it mentally balanced? We don't know. He's a free man.
I don't try that in the Nigerian context.
Not in my
Alright guys, I think
it's not politician. You can't tell him my husband. I'll come out and fight.
Okay now.
I'm out for you.
Okay now. Kike.
Guys, one of the reasons why we're having an open mic today is because we got feedback from you guys, from the public, who said that we have to have a gist day and have an open mic so that you guys can call in. That's the reason why we're having another second open mic today on television on Real Talk with Kike. So many thanks to all those who have tried to call in thus far. For those who are trying to call in, I understand there are a lot of, the network is a bit erratic. Please keep trying. We would like to hear your opinion on the issue and especially the state of the nation. So the last trending story that caught our attention is, of course, that of Tiwa Savage and Seyi Shay. the Saga, two of Nigerians' finest singer, Tiwa Savage and Seyi Shay, have been involved in a nasty fight in a salon in Lagos. In a video which is going viral online, they were seen being pulled apart from each other, and I believe that as of yesterday when I checked online, I understand that Tiwa is trending as the second trending story. Basically in US. On Twitter in US. Let me specify that because I didn't visit Twitter.
You do not use VPN.
I didn't use VPN.
Good.
So, Efo, what's your take on the issue of Tiwa Savage and Seyi Shay?
My daughter had to educate me on what Seyi Shay did a couple of years ago. You know, against Tiwa, and Tiwa was all silent about it. She, together with another artist from one of the African countries, did a whole track on Tiwa, not because Tiwa offended her in any way, you know, and it came as a rude shock to Tiwa, only for her to, you know, bump into her in a salon, and she wanted to be all friendly with her. It wasn't as if after the video came out, or the single came out, she apologized to Tiwa. So I told my daughter, what is this all about? It says clouting. Basically. Do you understand?
Clouting?
You know, clouting. You know, she was looking for Tiwa's attention. That is her view.
It's beyond that.
Do you understand? That is her view. So I now said, I now concluded. So I said, for me, it smacks of indecency. Do you understand? Because how would you do that to a fellow artist who has never wronged you, even if she has? Do you understand? Why would you do that? And you're not all forming friendly, you know, you want to say, hi, hey there, or whatever it is that they do. You don't do that to nobody. But I won't have also expected a Tiwa. If I was Tiwa, I will just let it slide. Do you understand? My opinion. I'll let it slide. Hello. Okay, you said hello to me, whatever for. And I'll leave it at that. But why will they come to a point where they now have to separate
all right, please.
You in public?
Let's listen to this again before I give my submission.
I'm getting.
You think that's all it is, Tiwa? If you want to start
Anything
acting
else,
out,
I've never stepped
acting
with your
like
man.
an abaya right now.
I've
Carry
never
on.
slept with your
I'm
man.
listening.
I've
Go
never
on.
taken a job
Go
from
on.
you.
The only
I've
reason
never
why I
gone on
hated you
radio.
is to
I've
try
never
and
gone
squash
on.
all
You don't try and squash shit by saying hi. You try and squash it by calling me in the corner and talking about. If I have an issue with you, I don't just say hi as if nothing. No, man. You did a whole song. You and did a whole song. You went on interviews. You said. I didn't say nothing. You look at you. You look half dead. You are half dead. You look half dead. Look at your skin. You know what? For clear skin, you need to mind your business. That's what will clear up your.
Before I give my submission, I understand we have classic coming from Port Harcourt. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello,
good afternoon. Thanks for calling. What's your contribution on the topic at hand? Or topics?
I was overwhelmed with your topic.
Okay.
My contribution is based on insurgency.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we know what is happening in our nation today. And every state knows who is that person. Every community, every local government. The problem is that they know these people. And they don't want to, fish them out. And most of them, this money that they want, who is collecting the money? Who are their sponsors? If what we will see them, what we have said, but what we need to do is to do what? Apply. Work towards those things. The insurgency in Nigeria today, it must come because of there is no job. When you see today, many graduates, they are the people driving Okada, they are the people driving a taxi. But they ban Okada and ban this thing. Where would they make their income? Where would they get money to feed themselves?
All right, many times classic for calling, you know.
I mean,
going back to, it's sad.
It is.
But going back to Tiwa Savage and Seyi Shay, I understand my girlfriend Bimbola begged me on my submission. But, you know, I will try and balance it from an angle of members of the public. I'm one of the members of the public, and that is because I'm interested in their music and the effort that they put in their music. Because most of the effort put in their music is the reason why you and I today know these people. So I think fans should do more repair in terms of the damage that they are causing. Because like you said, that your daughter educated you that this issue between them started from 2016. However, instead of fans to understand that they are human, and they are born to have their differences or grudges, they escalate these issues and make it very messy by each other's fans coming at each other. We have seen times without numbers when the likes of Burna Boy's fans, Wizkid and Davido come against each other, you know, because of some insignificant tweet or word between the artists. I think that people should just allow them to be and have their natural sequences of resolving their issues. That's if they're ready to even resolve the issue. What should be priority for every one of us is part of their content and the music that they are putting out there that you and I, all of us, we are paying for. However, going about the fight in the public space is an offense under the Nigerian law, which I think most of us do not understand, especially when it comes to damaging public properties. Many a time, not because I do not have what to say to certain people, because when I look at where I am and how it's going to be perceived and what the Nigerian law states when it comes to how you should comport yourself publicly, you walk away. Anyways, I wish that they resolve their differences quickly, but Seyi Shay should learn to be respectful to her elders. But in the industry where she met these same people, again, I want people to understand that relax. I want people to understand that they need to keep the same energy used behind in producing negative music on Tiwa, and also the negative interviews that she has granted that I had to reset before coming here today. And I'm asking myself, how do you expect the Tiwa Savage to embrace you? Not many people embrace hypocrisy from ill people. Of course. And that's the reason why I believe that's the reason why Tiwa Savage reacted the way she reacted. Even after when she has exchanged pleasantries with you, she just felt that, you know what, why did I actually...
Exactly.
That's why I'm actually going to... Why did I actually respond to this lady? There are times that we react to something spontaneously. Think again and say, why did I actually do that? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think that Seyi Shay was just an hypocrite. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I would like to buy with what Ifo said, and at some point in life we tend to let sleeping dogs lie. Sometimes it's not because you don't know how to react or when to react or why you should react, but because some level of maturity and decency should come to play. Whatever Seyi Shay did was simply courtesy, because she had gone ahead to say hi. Now it was an aftermath effect of thinking about it again and rebrewing the thing, and Tiwa was like, oh no. But as an elder, I would say an elder in the industry, because if you count first 5, if you are not putting Tiwa in number 1, I don't know where you're really putting her. You have understood that this beef and this clout chasing, it's just like when you are on the 50th floor and somebody is on the 5th floor. They cannot come up to you. So it's just maturity, it's courtesy. Let the sleeping dogs like, oh, hi, yeah. But next time when she wants to extend it, you draw the line. So it was uncalled for to now begin to separate you people. Oh, bad.
Tiwa Savage, I'm lifting up my glasses for you.
Oh. You're putting it down.
I'm looking at you. Okay. With that, we've come to the end of another edition of Real Talk with Kike. It's been amazing today. Having an open mic, of course, this day with my co-host, they have really brought life and spice to the Real Talk. They are always one of a kind. My name is Kike. How you are?
I'm Devalution.
And I am Efo.
And where we say bye now.
Bye. See you.